Hey guys, welcome to another exciting and interesting episode on Mompreneur Tuesdays, where we discuss all things mommy and entrepreneurship. My name is Thuli, and if you're new here, welcome. If you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. And if you're a returning subby, thank you so much for coming back. So I just thought I'd come out here, sit down and have a chat with you guys and discuss the top 3 challenges that I have faced as a mompreneur. Now, mompreneurship is not easy at all, guys. Balancing between trying to be a mom and being an entrepreneur is so difficult, but not difficult that it cannot be done, but it has its challenges. So today, that is what we want to discuss, and I want to let you know the top 3 challenges that I have faced on my mompreneur journey. I guess for me, at the top of the list was being accepted or being taken seriously back into my industry. So backstory was, when I had my daughter, I took a 2-year break where I was focusing on raising my daughter and, being a mom and enjoying motherhood. After that, I decided to take my child to nursery school, and I also decided on going back to work. So I am a cosmetologist, so that is the industry I was going back into. When I started, a lot of people did not take me seriously. A lot of people thought, since I was a housewife and I had a lot of time on my hands, I was just, trying to just have something to do. But what people don't realize at the end of the day is, before you became a mom, you were an individual. You were you. Before I was mom, I was Thuli. So I wanted to get back in touch with who I had, set out to be before I became a mother. As a mompreneur, you need to work twice as hard because you're juggling so many portfolios or so many hats that you need to know when and where to put on a particular type of hat. With mom guilt, there's so many times that I have felt guilty about focusing more on my job than on my family. There are times I've had to overwork, or that I've had to work after hours and then I might get home and have to cook supper late. I felt guilty about that because I feel as if at the end of the day, I am neglecting my family and being selfish and concentrating on myself. But also on the other hand, that's when I look at myself and say, I also need to be an individual. I also need to do things that make me happy. I also need to do things that keep me sane. Because it's not all rosy being a mom. We all know that. You need to be a bit selfish and have time for yourself. Not to say that those mothers who have decided to be stay-at-home moms don't have mom guilt. I believe they do, because I was a stay-at-home mom as well. And I was always guilty about not fulfilling my purpose. And I didn't want to resent my husband or my daughter at the end of the day that I am not fulfilling my purpose because I was busy being a mom to them. Out of choice, I went back to work, but I do have mom guilt. I will always go back to the balance between being a mom and being an entrepreneur. Yeah, it's a bit difficult, but we make it work as moms. The third challenge that I faced was balancing time, and for me this is still a challenge because my job has its peak season and its off-peak season. So sometimes you have to work later than usual, or sometimes you have to work earlier than usual. So balancing between that and spending time with my kids and spending time with my family, spending time with my spouse is quite difficult. As much as my business is in my home or is in the yard of my home, I still have to get home, cook for my family, get home, try and have quality time with my spouse, get home, try and have some time with my daughter. So the balancing of the time to do that becomes so much difficult. And sometimes, like I said before, you try to do it, but it doesn't work. There's one side that is always going to feel neglected, and there's one side that's going to feel as if you're not giving me time. There are times you just need to sit and talk about life, and talk about your family, and talk about your future with your spouse, but you might not get the time. So guys, balancing time to be able to juggle both hats of being a mom and an entrepreneur has been a bit difficult for me, but it is something that I'm working on, and something that I hope and pray that I am slowly getting the balance of. Okay guys, let me know in the comment section the challenges you have faced as a mompreneur or as a mom in general. See you in next week's video, where we will be discussing how to overcome the challenges of being a mompreneur. Bye guys.